In every Gaelic heart beats the soul of a warrior, a sovereign soul that no empire could truly ever conquer. And I know as soon as I say that, you'll say, well, what about the British Empire? Well, stop and begin to listen. Let's talk about the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire never conquered Ireland. They conquered Britain. They conquered a lot of Europe, not Germanic areas, but a lot of Europe. They conquered a lot of the Middle East and a lot of North Africa. It was the known world. It was pretty much 3/4 of the known world at the time. The Roman Empire took over, but not Ireland and not Scotland. Why not Ireland? Ireland was a problem. First of all, they respected the Irish warrior. They respected the Irish people and the Brehon law. It was a unique place in Europe and a very, very unique place in the known world. There has been Roman coins, even though the Romans never took over Ireland, there had been Roman coins found in Ireland. So we do know that Ireland would trade with the Romans, but they never decided to take it over. There's many reasons for this. One of the reasons, though, is because of the decentralized system. Decentralized system, the Brehon decentralized system in Ireland. So every Gaelic man was armed with the arms of the day. And every Gaelic man was a sovereign soul. There was no centralized system to take over. Whereas when they went to Britain, when they went to the Middle East, they could just take over centralized systems and they controlled the whole country. But in Ireland, you had to go from clan to clan. It's very, very like Switzerland. Germany took over most of Europe, but never this tiny little country, Switzerland. It never did. Now, again, various reasons. Some people say that's where all the Nazi gold was, so they weren't going to take it over. But they could still take it over. Switzerland arms every man. I don't know if it's every man, every woman, but I know it's at least every man is armed. They all spent 3 weeks in the military. Every man in Switzerland. And they're all armed. So whereas the Nazis could take the weapons off the Jews and go door to door and just take them away, they couldn't do that in Switzerland. They couldn't do that in Switzerland because every door they went to, it's just like what I was thinking if the Nazis were in Texas. they were going door to door there. They wouldn't have been very successful because every door they went to would have had a gun. So it would have been a lot more difficult. They would have lost a lot more soldiers. The same in Switzerland. They couldn't go from door to door because every door had a gun with a man trained to know how to use it. So they could never take over Switzerland. It was exactly the same in Ireland. Number one, it was too much work. There was no centralised system to take over. And they knew that every Gaelic man beats the soul of a sovereign man. They would have had to take over every single man, take over the mind. That's impossible. Now, yes, I know the British Empire later took over, but they could only do it because they took over the education system. They got rid of the schools and the head schools and the Brehon system of fosterage. Got rid of it all and took over the education system to get to the kids early. They could only do it because they got rid of the Brehon, decentralized Brehon system. They could only do it because they made us dependent. So dependent that we're no longer fishing, no longer hunting deer or rabbits, no longer looking after our own animals. So dependent that we end up being on one crop because we're dependent on their system. And because they brought in waves and tens of thousands of people from Scotland to control the Gaelic population. They can only do it because of this. But that's falling away now. We're no longer dependent. We are becoming independent, sovereign people. They can no longer do it. But even today, in the hearts of the Gaelic man, and it's awakening now. It's being kept smothered, kept pressed down for many, many, many years, but it's awakening now. In the heart, the soul of the Gaelic man is a sovereign being that can't be pushed over in every single Gaelic man. And you know, as I'm saying this, you can feel it now. It's true. Every Gaelic man. Even though we've forgotten to some extent who we are, it's reawakening. It's coming to the surface. It's bubbling up. You can hold the ball under the water. You can hold the ball under the water for a long, long time, but sooner or later, the air in that ball throws it back up, and it goes. The height it goes is how much you're pushing it down. The height it goes is how much you're pushing that ball down. And the sovereignty of the Gaelic man is exploding. You can feel it. Can you feel it? So today, it's exploding again. It's coming to the surface, and people can feel it rising within them. People can feel it rising within them. So if you feel it, people say to me sometimes in the comments, what do we do? What do we do? What do you suggest? I don't really suggest anything because I don't really want to tell anybody what to do. I want you to connect in with yourself, in with your Anam Cara, in with your Anam Ard, in with your warrior self, in with the goddess Eru. And I want you to ask them what you should do. I cannot tell anybody what to do. But if you were to meditate for 10 minutes, only 10 minutes a day, if you were to go to the beautiful places of Ireland, if you're reconnecting with who you are, maybe it's the language, maybe it's going to the old places, or maybe it's just remembering the history. But if you are connecting with who you are, and you would ask the goddess, what's the next step for me? What's my purpose? She'll tell you. She will tell you. It might be a feeling. It might be a voice in your head. It might be just a very, very strong pull towards something. And it may not make sense in the moment. It may not make sense in the moment. But you will know. You will know. And you make those tiny little 10 minute, 1 hour, take those little tiny 10 minute, 1 hour steps every day. And before you know it, you're going to create something beautiful. Something beautiful that cannot be ignored. You are too big to be ignored, and you are too sovereign to be ignored.